Yo, what's poppin', everyone? We are Minds That Matter. I'm your girl, Saucy Janae Jones. We got my girl, Shamoni.
Hey, hey, hey.
And we also got my dog, Nicole.
What's up?
Yo, what's poppin', everyone? Our objective is to promote positive dialogue that encourages forward thinking. We're striving to encourage and empower individuals through collaborative discussion. We hope you guys enjoy our dope conversations and content. Let us know what you guys think and hit us up.
And if you guys like the content we are bringing, make sure you subscribe to us on all social media platforms at Minds That Matter.
Yes. So we definitely want to thank every listener to Minds That Matter. We want to thank you guys for checking in on us, zooming in, tuning in, whatever you guys choose to do. Now, we definitely want to get into a very touchy subject. Loyalty has been taken for granted nowadays, and we be holding niggas down who may or may not deserve it. And we have a very special guest today who wants to get into this subject, and her name is Miss Essence. Hey, Essence.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Full,
Cool. Living life one day at a time?
Yes.
I mean, how is it? You had a beautiful baby boy recently. How is being a mommy?
It's rewarding, but it's definitely tiring.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
I didn't know I could survive off of like 3 hours of sleep on a regular, but I'm hanging in there strong. I got baby feet in my back 90% of the time, but that's okay.
Preach, sis. Now, Shannon got on me in one of our last episodes. I forgot that each member on our show has to give 2 facts about themselves, or just a fun fact about themselves. So do you want to give us a fun fact about yourself?
What's fun about me?
Don't think
okay, I'll give you 2 facts about me. One fact, I wax vaginas for a living.
You wax
that's
vaginas?
The breadwinner right there.
Definitely does.
And I went way back with these people, so the people on this podcast knew me before I had a baby.
Oh, that is a fun fact.
The wild Essence.
That's a candy fact.
Essence was 14 running with us at high school parties and shit.
Right. I told my mom, I'm spending the night at Shannon's house and be drunk somewhere.
And I feel horrible about it now. I feel like I
go see-through shirts on and shit. Like, girl, you're not even old enough. I remember y'all pulled up to my mama's house one time and mom was like, I was like, no, mom, Shannon just dropping her house.
Lying. We was horrible, dude. We was really bad.
Oh my God. Terrible.
I'm rolling. How do you feel now? How do you feel you've evolved as a woman? I mean, even thinking about being that young around girls our age, and then, having your own life experiences leading up to how you are as a woman today. Like, how do you feel like as a person right now and what you've been through?
I feel very older than I am, but I would say blessed because I've been through a lot of experiences that I would say a lot of girls my age haven't been. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I've handled things a lot better than the average person would.
Okay. So through experiences comes growth and wisdom, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you want to explain some of the things you've gone through to help a sister out, or you don't want to go into like grave details of everything?
I mean, I've been through family deaths, that hit home.
Yeah.
Before I got with my son's dad, I was with somebody who I thought, that was like marriage and all that. It didn't work out. And then I got with my son's dad, and then I lost my dad. So that was something big that I went through. And then I found out I was pregnant that same year, maybe like a couple months after.
That is a lot of emotional trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So I applaud you for being able to, get up the next day, even after going through something like that. And then not only that, but after you found out you had a baby, you first of all, you kept the baby and you tackled it on like a real G should. Period.
Right. So my mama didn't raise no punks.
No.
Did Joanne.
I mean, that is difficult. I definitely know how it is to experience loss. It's heart-wrenching. It's unbearable. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Mm-hmm. But like you said, you've handled it very well, and you are a very strong young woman, a strong Black queen, period.
Hey. Wish you could see the little fist.
Hey, little fist. All the listeners, you got that fist up.
Just know.
Now, here's the grand scale of things that I don't think you thought of. Because we talked about we were going to hold it down. Mm-hmm. You held it down for your baby.
Yep.
Did you realize that? Minus all the drama and the trials and tribulations, you still held it down for your son.
I didn't even think about that.
Y'all might say, did you think about that?
No, I didn't.
Because babies can feel that energy. And all the pictures and videos you post to him, he's just the happiest kid.
He bad.
He's loved.
He definitely looks happy, though. He looks happy.
He is happy. He bad, though.
That baby is something else, I'm telling you. That DNA. But...
Is it?
Yeah, it's cool, though. Like, being a mom. Like, I didn't want kids before him, but it's cool, though. I mean, it brought out a different side of me. I'm sensitive, but since I had a baby, I'm an emotional gangster.
Hey, you gotta know that. Now, that's another thing, because like, if you already had the mindset before, like, I don't think kids are for me, at least not right now, and then it comes unexpectedly, and you expect the person with you to hold it down with you, because it's like, it's not, you didn't have this baby on your own. Do you feel like that was a tag team effort?
Yeah. But I don't know, like it was a roller coaster when I found out like I was pregnant, and then like having him, I mean, because Shannon knows firsthand. But I don't know, like I feel like at the beginning it wasn't really, it was just me.
Okay.
So it was a lot of emotions, and it was just me for a long time. Even when I had him, it was just me.
Okay, so you said in the beginning, like, it was just you. So what steps did y'all take to reconcile, to realize we are parents now and it has to be a unit type of thing? Like, what steps did y'all take, and is it good now?
So, like, at the beginning, first I had to unblock him for us to take that step.
It'd be like that.
Like that, even without a baby.
But I had to unblock him for us to take that step. And I'm the type of person, like, who I have a son with, he's a hothead. And I'm the type of person, when I get mad, I just shut everything out because I know how I am. So I think it took us getting out of our own feelings towards each other and realizing that we had a son on the way.
Right. Like putting the pride aside type of thing.
Yeah. And that's kind of helped a lot even till this day, just because I feel like even when I had my son, he wasn't present for personal reasons. I won't go too much into his business on here. Yeah. But I feel like I had a lot of resentment towards him for that reason. And I feel like that caused a lot of the issues between me and him.
Okay.
Because even if like he was trying, I just kind of felt like, well, you wasn't doing enough because you wasn't here when you was supposed to be.
Right.
Do you still hold resentment because you feel like you have expectations he can't meet?
A little bit. I'm working on that.
Just a tad.
Not as much as I did. I will say not as much as I did.
So people can change, right? Like,
yeah, I believe everybody can change. Like, I've seen just like even my family members who, like, when I was younger, they were a certain way. And then like to look at them now, people do change. It's just, is you willing to thug it out with that person? That's what it is.
Now, the energy that you put into that, like thugging it out, holding it down, being loyal, you're probably there 100%. Does that same person keep that same energy with you? Like, is it teeter-totter? Like, how does that work? And then when is it the point where you realize it's not enough for me? Only if they're not meeting you halfway there. If you realize they're not putting the same energy with you, when do you scale it back and realize, okay, look, all this energy should be kept for someone who's keeping it with me?
I feel like when you're putting something 100%, because me, I'm always 100%, when it comes to my relationships and that kind of stuff. Oh, my mom just walked in. Her eyes was big. Oh. She was like, but I mean, I'm always 100% when it comes to my relationships, but I feel like now, like, I had to sit back after, because at first, like, before I had my son, I wasn't thinking about it how I think about it now. So now that it's not, I won't say it's 50-50, like, it's not you meeting me halfway. So now that I have a son and I have my energy to put into somebody else, I had to sit back and like be like, okay, you know, is it worth me giving you my all if you're not trying to give me your all?
Okay. You had to sit back and analyze the situation.
Yeah, I had to analyze the whole thing because it got to the point, you know, you being in bad moods, stressed out and all that. And then it's like you got a little person looking at you and they feel all that, even if
they feel it all, girl.
You don't realize it, they do. They know when your mood and stuff is off.
Yeah. And they kind of take in that energy. So like it's really important to keep a baby in a positive environment. Well, good for you. Good for you being able to analyze situations, because some women, you know, especially being, you know, a parent, it's hard to want to analyze situations because you want to focus so hard on keeping the family and keeping everything a unit.
And I think that was hard for me too, because I mean, we're in a good place. I won't say like it's terrible, but I feel like I had so much of the idea because even before I had my son, I wasn't thinking of having a baby at the moment. Like, I was good. My career was good. And I never grew up without both parents.
Right.
So even though like my biological dad, me and him speak, but he wasn't in the picture. My dad who raised me, I grew up with two parents in the household.
Right.
You know, so if one person wasn't there, the other person wasn't there. And then me having a son, especially, you know, like the world is crazy. I got a black son. You know, like I want his father there, but I want his father doing what he's supposed to do because that's who my son idolizes.
And that's important. A black man raising his black son. You know, that's really important too. So would you caution women to be careful who they have kids with, or, you know, make it work with whatever situation they're in?
I would definitely say be careful who you have kids with.
You sounded hesitant.
I mean, because I feel like if you can make it work, make it work. Like I do things like this. Like if the negative don't outweigh the positive, then there's room to make it work. But if the negative starts outweighing the positive, like I don't, you know, it's nothing wrong with having a stepdaddy. That's all I'm saying.
Stepdaddies do matter.
My stepdaddy raised me. It's nothing wrong with that.
Ryan, what steps or what, you know, decisions do you wish you wouldn't have made in your journey, like in a relationship and then becoming a parent, like on your own and everything? Like, do you regret anything? Do you wish you would have taken different steps or been precautious about certain things? Because you say you guys are at a good place now, but like before then.
I mean, we've had our issues. We still, you know, got little kinks, but I don't really regret anything because I feel like I have a beautiful baby. He's happy. He's well loved. I'm not like going through hell trying to raise him, right. You know? So I don't really regret it because the person who I had a kid with, you know, regardless of our differences, that's one of my best friends.
Okay.
So I don't regret it. I just maybe would have did the timing different, but I don't regret it.
But he's here.
Yeah. And he's turning 1 next month. So, you know, I'm super crazy. Party mode
lit, right?
It's lit. I wish you could come with Shannon because it's cracking. Nicole, you better be there because you don't live far.
Send me the invitation so I can look at my schedule.
Do y'all have any questions for Miss Essence regarding her journey? I feel like I'm really like
y'all tapped into the mommy situation, so I'll let y'all go. That's fine with me.
I don't know. No, I was like every like chance I felt like I had a question, like Essence was already answering it, or Tassie was like already following up with a good question. So I was like, shit. I mean, at this point, I'm just like about to sit down and listen. Like she was pretty much covering everything.
I feel like you're glowing, Essence. Like
I am.
Yeah, you're glowing. You seem like in a good place.
I am, I'm happy. I'm in a good place. My son's about to be 1. I feel like that's like the super exciting thing. But I'm in a good place. Like, I don't have really anything negative going on in my life. I kind of like been subtracting all of that.
That's important too. One of the things we preach on a lot in Minds That Matter is self-care. So no matter what situation you're going through, whether it's with the father of your child or your relative or like a friend, just remember to find some time for you, block everything out and just have an essence moment, not a mommy, a sister or girlfriend moment, like an essence moment.
Me and my wine bottle have a lot of moments.
Hey.
I want to know how, because the dynamics of your child's father's family and your family are very different. So I want to know how you've worked to mesh that. Like, how has that been for you? Has it been a struggle? Have you found like certain tactics that work for you? Those sort of things.
It's been a little bit of a struggle. Just because, on both our ends though, because we both have big families, but I'm not like super close with a lot of my family, so Easton's very, I will say, sheltered and all that. And then like his family.
Girl, are they close or are they close?
They close. Like,
they be on each other's
see my fingers close. That's how close they is. Like, and
nope.
It's just different for me. And then me and him, we was raised different. Like, his grandmother, my grandmother was like besties back in the day. So it's just weird because it's like we come from 2 different families, but then like our families know each other down to like the 70s and stuff. Right. It's weird. Wow. It's weird. It's a lot to deal with.
That's crazy. The town we come from, I feel like everyone know everybody's family.
Super. Bro.
And it's like people you've never seen or heard of in your whole life, but ask your mama or your grandma. I bet they know.
They know their mama, their auntie, they something.
Bruh.
I'm telling you, it's weird. Like, people be like, you look just like your mom. I'm like, who are you?
No, for real. Oh, I know that was like, you look like you related to such and such. And I'm like, wow, that's my whole grandma, man. Like, how do you know? Like, get out of here.
I know that. Well, go ahead, Shannon. Sorry.
I was gonna say, do you feel like the town being so small also kind of like boxes you into who you can deal with and who you can't deal with?
Lord, let me tell you, girl. Yes, it does, because you never know. You might be related to somebody, and then like even who I have a kid with, like, it's a backstory behind that, and a lot of the stuff that might go on like back in the day that we didn't know about. When stuff happens, your parents just mysteriously think and then they get on you. And I'm like, girl, I was not born in the 70s.
Right. Like, how am I supposed to know we sworn enemies? Like,
right. Like, and so that was I would just say it's just a backstory with everything. I can't get too much into those kind of matters. But yeah.
It's okay. We've been there. We get it.
Y'all know my family, so that's why I'm like.
I was gonna say that I remember when I first had Serenity, it was hard balancing her with my family and my husband's family. Like you said, like we was raised totally different. His family's like all into church and stuff, and then my family we ghetto. I'm like, we ghetto, we loud.
That's all right, my family loud too.
Like,
live.
I'm rolling. Is that another, like, I don't know if there's any indifference like that, but
because does somebody cut me off? Wow, sorry. My sperm donor's calling. Sorry.
He heard us.
Right.
But no, it is different though, because like my family, I will say like my mom's side of the family, I'm not really super close with really any sides of my family, to be completely honest. Like, I think I was more close with my stepdad's side of the family. Yeah, I'm not like, our family gatherings consist of like me, my mom, my uncle, and maybe like 1 or 2 cousins, Shannon, nothing crazy. Nicole, when she decided to pop in.
Rare too.
But it's nothing crazy. But then like his family, everybody is so tight. It's a big family. When they have gatherings, it's like 60 people.
Yeah.
And it's just weird trying to mix my family with his family, because when my son is around my family, you know, I kind of cover bases with everybody of who I'm close with. But when it comes to his family, everybody want to see Easton. Everybody wants to hold Easton. Everybody want to know why they didn't get invited. And I'm like, I don't know how many. It's like 500 of y'all.
Like, I ain't got that. Like you cannot reach out to everybody. Like it's, I don't know. Like I wouldn't even feel bad.
And I think they expect that with me because, you know, our families was so close at a point in time. But it's just like my son's dad don't even talk to all his family. You know, so it's just kind of
like no,
it's hard.
Shit, y'all reach out to me. Hell.
It's like I can't be the mediator all the time. Like I'm just trying to cover the bases.
I be telling people, communication works both ways. Like just how they be on you about you hitting them up about him. When did y'all hit us up? When did you call and check on him? Do he even know your face? Like
all that,
all of
it.
Even
like that's just what I'm facing. Like with his birthday party too, because his birthday is next month. And, you know, my son is the first baby in a long time on both sides of the family.
Okay.
So it's like trying to cover bases with everybody. But then it's like, I don't want to invite family that I don't talk to because I feel like I should have to just because of my baby. But even like his side of the family, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's too many people.
Just remember, it's more presents for him. And then with the invitation,
it's more shit you got to clean up.
Clothes size and the shoe size. That way they know what to get you.
But y'all know how parties is nowadays. I got candy tables and all kind of.
It ain't none of that.
Y'all know I'm extra.
Yeah, it ain't no regular.
Y'all know
like, we got some hot dogs on the grill. No, ain't none of that. Niggas got taco trucks outside now. Like,
type of party.
No, it's we
nothing wrong with it, but
I'll still take a hot dog and ice cream party, but I got you.
But it'd be like people who ain't never even, you know, checked on Easton just from like both sides, and I'm just like, okay, why do you need to come? You've never even met my son.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
I don't know if that's
like they can make it a big deal if they want to be included. Like at the end of the day, they're not gonna come. They just want to feel included and invited because they, you know, that's just what people do. Like they want to feel like they're
gonna take a picture.
You know,
love you so much. Happy birthday.
Let me tell you,
do some shit for social media and move on. Like no, like I feel like it's not people
they gonna tag you. Went to see.
Ain't never met you before in their fucking life, bruh. But got you on there like, my little Cuddy right here. Like, girl, I don't even know you.
You know how many people tell me your son is so cute? Oh my God, that's family. I'm like, who are you?
Right. Oh, I'm his cousin. Like, you not. Like,
speaking of that, how does those dynamics work? Because you know, within the Black community, everybody's our cousin, our friend, our uncle, our auntie, our play cousins, guys. So how does that dynamic work with you sharing a baby and like people claiming your child or like putting your child on social media that you're not necessarily okay with?
I'm not. I act a fool. Like I don't care who I got to cuss out, who I got to tell off, who I got to block. If you don't like, and don't get me wrong, I have a few close friends who do consider my son like they nephew. Shannon's like my sister. She considers Easton her nephew.
Definitely.
You know? But me and his dad, we kind of have an understanding of who is who. Okay. But when you got like outside friends, you know, posting my son on social media and all that, I don't play those games.
Oh, so like his friends, like
yeah, because it's like he knows everybody. I know a lot of people in Bakersfield, but that man know everybody in Bakersfield. Yeah. Like people I don't even know me, and I'm just like I promise I'm not cracking like that. Like
it's just weird to me. It's just like creepy. Like you're obsessed. Like with the baby that you don't even know, and you want to take pictures and post them, but you're not even a part of that.
Or females, whoever's posting your child because they cool with him. No, relax. Like they need
like it's just relax. Cause stuff happening to kids nowadays. You can't trust no fucking body, bro. Like,
I will literally no.
Girl. I act the fool. You know, I done called Shannon a couple times. Don't worry.
I feel you. You got every right.
I don't like that because it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, my biggest thing is
your child's safety.
My child's safety and protecting his innocence.
Right.
Because he is a baby. He is only 10 months old. So, you know, like I get him dressed and stuff. He a little fly little dude. Mm-hmm. But he's still a baby. So I don't care who I am as a person to Bakersfield or who his dad is as a person to Bakersfield. Like, my son is a child and I want him to stay in a kid's place, and I don't want him growing up around stuff that
he don't need to be growing up around.
He don't need to see, because it's a lot of 2 grown kids out here. Ooh. And I don't want that for my son. I want him to be a kid. I want him to enjoy his childhood, and I want him to be something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I'm so crazy about like who posts my son, who has my son, who my son is around. Right. All that. I don't play those type of games.
For sure. Yeah. Because even if it's somebody that like the father trusts or like that family member trusts, but at the end of the day, like people are into shit that you have no knowledge about. So you never know when some shit is gonna fucking happen. You could just literally be getting a ride from somebody and somebody recognize that car and now y'all sprayed up. It's like, you know, like little shit like that. Like, I don't know.
Or not even that. What if somebody trying to be funny? Like,
that's what I be having a problem with.
What if they trying to be funny because they was friends with so and so back in whatever? I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, like, and they so cute, your son so no, bitch.
I didn't have that a few times though. Like,
I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. That, you know, the fuck nah, bitch.
like I'll say,
me like the dad was best friend was theirs type of shit. Like,
best friend.
That shit.
And I'm your best friend.
Right.
I see your best.
What personality do you want today?
Walk out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like a big issue with me because, you know, it's a lot of people who know me that I don't know. And then it's also a lot of people that he might have dealt with that I know about. Mm-hmm. So they don't think that I know. But like, I will say this again. My son's dad was my best friend before we had a kid. Mm-hmm. So they'll say, you know, your son's cute and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to have lunch today.
Out of my inbox, bitch.
Exactly. I know you've been on his line for the past 2 years. Like, okay,
you old thirsty asshole. You upset.
It's a lot of them.
I see is upset. Y'all.
I'm annoyed. Like, I hate females like that. Get away.
Right.
Can you relate or not?
Like, I went off professional. Innocent for that, bro. Like, it's just weird.
But like, you know, people is weird though. Like, and I feel like we in the era too, like, everything is for social media. Everybody clout chase, like, you know. And I just be living my regular old life at home.
It's like some Lifetime movie shit. Like somebody fucking obsessed with the dad and then become obsessed with the fucking lady's kid and just be on some like weird shit. Like I couldn't trust it. Like I don't. I can't. Man, like I don't.
That's why
nobody like. Nope.
You just gotta be careful out here. Like at the end of the day, yes. People outside of you is gonna be annoying. They're gonna try to test you and your son. You know what I'm saying? I pray. I'm gonna be praying about it this week for you. Just try to keep that energy, keep that self, you know, that positive around you. Because people trying you, that's some frustrating shit, man. Girl.
So, Essence, if you had any advice for new time moms dealing with different family dynamics and friendship dynamics, what advice would you give to those people?
Hold your ground. That's one.
Don't let down.
Yeah, don't let nobody try to, I wouldn't say manipulate because that's not the term for it, but try to steer you in a direction that you're not comfortable going. Like, hold your ground. If you want to raise your child a certain way, it doesn't matter about friendships, families, because my family all over the place. I got a little bit of everybody. You know, hold your ground.
All that.
Hold your ground. That's really the main topic. Hold your ground. Don't matter what the daddy say. Well, it do kind of matter a little bit because, you know, that's the parent.
A little
bit.
Right. Just a little bit, though.
I mean,
just a little bit.
Mama's babies, daddy's maybes. It's
right. All the time.
He said that term himself too, so you know.
I'm like, no, I remember when you were saying that bullshit. Like,
yeah, we're not gonna get on that topic. Well, if you guys like the content we are bringing, help us by continuing the conversation. Comment in the descriptions below. Let us know if you guys have any questions or if you guys want to help us out with some topics. Feel free to throw them at us. Do us a favor and follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And remember to subscribe to all the podcast content. And remember, guys, we are
Minds That Matter. Peace, y'all.